Day 6 of the Oklahoma teacher walkout is underway. Mayor Mick Cornett reflects on his time in office, and the FDA warns about teens' increased vape use. This is OU Nightly. Good evening and welcome to OU Nightly. I'm Will Cornelius.
And I'm Olivia Whitehead. Tens of thousands of people are gathered at Oklahoma State Capitol again today at the start of the second week of the teacher walkout. The walkout will continue at least one more day, with districts like Norman, Oklahoma City, and Tulsa announcing that they will be closed tomorrow. Teachers are still asking for additional funds to replace massive budget cuts. The most recent bills passed, the so-called Amazon bill and the ball and dice gambling bill, are awaiting Governor Fallon's signature. The hotel tax repeal is also waiting for the governor to take action. Teachers want her to veto the repeal and keep the $50 million it would raise that's earmarked for education. Teachers are also lobbying lawmakers to eliminate the capital gains tax. And while teachers continue to meet with legislators inside the Capitol, the crowd outside continues to grow. Sam Brown is live in the studio with those rallying on Capitol grounds. Sam?
Yeah, that's right, Will. I was at the Capitol this morning, and while many people thought the crowds would die down, today's attendance was actually the highest of any day during this teacher walkout. I spoke with some of the protesters and talked to them about what Day 6 means to them.
It means a lot. It means that Oklahoma is really pulling together, and you know, it's really heartwarming, and it's very positive. I love it.
I was tired when I woke up this morning, and I said, oh man, again. But to come out here and to see so many people who have the same agenda and we're on the same page and we're walking together, it doesn't matter what color our skins are, it doesn't matter what we believe religiously, we're just all here together.
These protesters had plenty of resources to keep them around, including burgers and hot dogs, and Ted's Cafe giving away 10,000 free tacos. And while these teachers don't plan on leaving the Capitol anytime soon, they've got the support of the public to keep them motivated.
Don't stop. Don't quit. Don't give up. Kids are worth it. Kids deserve more, and we can do it. We can be the change that we need to see, and we need to be what we want our students to see.
Keep going on, man. Just like prove your point. Like, stick it to them, I guess.
Stay with OU Nightly as they continue to give you full team coverage. Until then, Olivia, back to you.
Thanks, Sam. Lots of feet on the ground today, and many of them walked all the way to the Capitol. Take a look at what many are calling the photo of the day. These teachers from Del City are marching up the Broadway extension on their way to the Capitol. Our partners at News 9 captured several other teachers arriving this morning. We know teachers from Edmond, 2 Oklahoma City schools, and 2 Norman elementary schools also walked all the way to the Capitol.
And of course, there are some school districts that aren't closed, as well as those that opted not to join the walkout when it first began. But now a few of those schools have decided to join their fellow teachers. OU Nightly's Jaron Spor tells us about one district that changed its mind.
Dale, Oklahoma is a small town outside of Shawnee, Oklahoma, with a population near 180. Dale Public Schools decided not to walk out on the initial walkout date, but quickly realized that that was a wrong decision. Superintendent Charles Dickinson explains their decision.
We decided we're going to be at school on Monday, and it's probably not 10 o'clock Monday morning, and I started having streams of teachers through here going, we made a mistake. We feel horrible. We want to be a part of this.
While Dickinson says that they are appreciative for the signing of the bill to raise teacher pay, this walkout is about more than that.
We've got textbooks that Blake Shelton used in Ada back in the day. That's not appropriate. That is not good for our kids.
Charles Dickinson remembers the last walkout and is upset that they are fighting the same battle they fought almost 30 years ago.
And how many can we put in a second grade classroom? 20 used to be the law. It's waived. And that happened in 1990, and here we begin in 2018 fighting for exactly the same things over again.
Parents, teachers, and kids want to be in school, but until the walkout is over, there will be empty hallways. Jaron Spor, OU Nightly.
Now, Dale Public Schools is canceling classes on a day-by-day basis, along with many other schools that are just too unsure about how long this walkout will last.
And one thing that has worried many parents is the federally required testing that usually takes place in early April. If the walkout continues, school districts won't be in session to complete those tests. Tonight, we know the Oklahoma State Department of Education has officially extended the time frame schools have to administer the tests. The required assessments are for 3rd through 8th graders and juniors in high school. The test must be completed by April 27th, with the online portion completed by May 4th. Stay with OU Nightly for continuing coverage of the teacher walkout and follow the Gaylord College of Journalism project covering this event on social media. Look for OU Covers 18 Unfiltered on Facebook.
And some devastating images coming out of Syria this evening after a chemical attack kills dozens. Sarah Beth Guevara has details from News Center. Sarah Beth?
Anti-government activists in Syria released images of children and parents dead from a chemical attack in the town of Douma. This is a warning to our viewers. The video you see may be disturbing. Innocent civilians were hiding underground from bombs in the rebel-held town. Activist groups say barrel bombs filled with toxic gas wire dropped from helicopters on Saturday. The White Helmets rescue group said at least 48 people are dead and hundreds injured. The Syrian government and its key ally, Russia, denies involvement. President Trump said he will make a decision on how the U.S. responds to the killings in the next 48 hours. Former Oklahoma Attorney General Scott Pruitt is under fire tonight. An ethics investigation is underway concerning of taxpayer dollars and possible perks he's received as the head of the Environmental Protection Agency. Pruitt was installed as head of the EPA by President Trump. The House Oversight Committee will also investigate a $50 per night rental for a Capitol condo that was linked to a fossil fuels lobbyist. President Donald Trump tweeted his support for Pruitt Saturday night. And 225 members of the Arizona National Guard are headed to the U.S.-Mexico border to support President Donald Trump's calls for resistance to drug trafficking and illegal immigration. They joined several hundreds deployed to the border as well. Last week, President Trump said that he wants to send between 2,000 and 4,000 troops to the border to combat immigration. And the FBI raided the office of Michael Cohen, who is a personal lawyer to President Donald Trump. Washington insiders say the raid is partially due to a referral from special counsel Robert Mueller.
Thanks, Sarah Beth.
Well, Olivia, I know we got some colder weather, a little snow over the weekend actually too, but I think it's going to warm up here, right?
Yes, it is looking like it's going to warm up. Andrew Adams has our forecast.
That's right, guys. Warm up is what's happening. That's what's the trend right now. You can see much warmer for a lot of central Oklahoma than it was this time yesterday. A little bit cooler up to our north, especially in northwest Oklahoma, where this afternoon we have seen some rain move through, and that has been tracking to the east and southeast, but we should not expect any of it here in Norman. What we can expect is our midweek warm-up, some rain on the way by the end of the weekend, and some interesting temperatures coming up.
Still ahead on OU Nightly, it's the end of the line for Mick Cornett as the mayor of the state's largest city.
Plus, Motley Crue sang about smoking in the boys' room, but what about vaping? Kyle Payne has more ahead in Health Beat. Stick with us.
After 4 terms as Oklahoma City mayor, today is Mick Cornett's last day in office. OU Nightly's Madeline Roberts spoke with the outgoing mayor and his future plans.
As Oklahoma City Mayor Mick Cornett prepares to run for governor, he believes there are still changes being made in the city for the better.
I'm satisfied that I gave it everything I had, and I did the best I could. I think I've done well with the, with the tools and the time I had to spend on it. Certainly the city that, I inherited is a much different place today. But that's the result of, a lot of people, city council, the business community, and certainly it hasn't been and shouldn't be about me.
For the 14 years that Cornett has served as the mayor of Oklahoma City, he has seen a lot of changes take place. But he says the most important change is that which is within ourselves.
Changing the standards in ourselves doesn't cost anything. I mean, for you to have a higher standard for yourself in health and education doesn't cost government anything, doesn't cost me anything.
Going forward in his race for governor of Oklahoma, he calls on the values his parents instilled in him as a child.
Well, what my parents taught me, work hard, dream big, and give back.
Today is Cornett's final day as mayor, so he can concentrate fully on preparing for the governor election in November. Madeline Roberts, OU Nightly.
David Hope will take over for Cornette as mayor of Oklahoma City tomorrow.
And Kyle Payne joins us in Health Beat with an update on the water quality in Michigan. Kyle?
Flint, Michigan is still recovering from the water crisis in 2014 when dangerous levels of lead began to creep into tap water. Now, the state of Michigan has stopped providing free water bottles to the people of Flint. Michigan officials say lead levels haven't exceeded federal limits in 2 years and will close the final 4 water distribution centers. Flint has received more than $450 million from taxpayers and the federal government, but thousands of lead pipe remain in Flint and are planned to all be removed by 2020. And Stephen Lanzo was awarded $37 million by Johnson & Johnson for their talcum powder products, causing Lanzo's mesothelioma. Lanzo says he used Johnson & Johnson products for over 30 years and claimed inhaling the powder caused his cancer. Johnson & Johnson faces thousands of cases related to talcum powder, but claim they have done extensive research to ensure customers the products are not contaminated. Electronic cigarette use is rising at an alarming rate and has been declared an epidemic by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. The 2016 National Youth Tobacco Report said that 1.7 million high school students admitted to use in a 30-day period, and now nearly a quarter of high school seniors say they vape daily. The FDA plans to take action deliberately targeting younger clientele and warn that these products do contain nicotine and are very addictive. And guys, after the worst flu season in the history of Oklahoma, last week only 1.6% of doctor office visits resulted in any flu-like symptoms. So it's good to see that's finally.
That's good. We're kind of getting out of flu season now.
Exactly.
Right.
Perfect.
Well, thank you, Kyle.
Well, thank you. Still ahead on OU Nightly.
OU Nightly's Andrew Adams has more on this week's warm-up.
That's right. We've got a welcome warm-up coming up this week. I'll let you know how long these warm temperatures are going to stick around for us. Welcome back. It has been a fairly nice day here in central Oklahoma. I think our Tulsa cam is on the fritz right now, but here in Norman, it is feeling great. 68 degrees right now, winds out of the north as our cold front begins to push through the state. You can see already a little bit cooler up to our north where they have already seen the effects of that, plus the rain that has been falling up there. And that cold front is going to drop us into the 30s for most of the state. 47 is our normal low for this time of year. We're going to be at 36 here in Norman, so feeling much cooler than we would on average. But we will warm up quite nicely as our winds shift to come out of the south tomorrow afternoon, calling it 67 by the end of your work day tomorrow. And for the next 5 days, our temperatures are going to do something kind of funky. We are going to have a nice warm up, getting us all the way to 82 degrees on Wednesday, cooling off just a slight bit on Friday. And then we have our big cold front coming through, dropping our highs back into the 50s over the weekend. Now for tomorrow, we have our chilly morning and our warm-up will be starting for the week. Wednesday, I like to call this California weather. 76 degrees, feels wonderful, will be a great day to go outdoors. A little windy though. As we go into Thursday and Friday, we will have our chance for some thunderstorms to pop up, 20% chance calling that. And then as the cold front pushes through Friday evening into Saturday, we are kind of back to where we were this weekend, but none of that freezing rain like we saw on Saturday, just cooler temperatures overnight and 50s-ish, 50s, 60s during the day.
As long as we're not getting that snow again, I think that put a big wrench in a bunch of people's
Exactly.
plans.
Yeah. Very different.
Right? Not something you see all the time in April, but it can happen.
Perfect.
I think we're finally past that.
Thank you so much. OU women's gymnastics are advancing on in the postseason.
That's right. Tevis, what do you have for us?
Yes, Will and Olivia, the ladies took the W at the regionals and are ready for the semifinals. And after an exciting final day at the Masters, a winner was crowned. Sports is next. OU women's gym claimed first place Saturday at the NCAA Minneapolis Regionals. While OU posted the highest team total on each event, they also received a few individual awards. Maggie Nichols dominated floor and picked up another 10 on beam, earning the all-around title. And junior Nicole Learman took first on bars. Next up, Oklahoma heads to St. Louis Friday, April 20th for the NCAA Finals. And baseball is on a roll in the Big 12 with another standout weekend. Lauren?
Tevis, the Horned Frogs did not get the best of Oklahoma despite the Sooners traveling south to TCU territory.
A big series conference win for number 19 OU in Fort Worth yesterday. Friday started a little slow for the guys, but didn't last long. TCU up 3 going into the 4th. Kyler Murray hit a 2-run bomb in the top of the inning. The Sooners managed to jump ahead 6-4 in the 7th and sealed the deal 8-5 with another player of the game homer in the 9th from Murray. A day off Saturday led to a doubleheader Sunday where Steele Walker stole the show and matched Murray with 2 home runs of his own, only the 2nd time in his career.
I mean, he's been pitched tough all year long. Coach Overcash and Coach Van Hook keep dealing with him and making sure that he understands, hey, take your walks when you take your walks, and you got to hit the mistakes when they make the mistakes.
Freshman designated hitter Tyler Hardman had a career day himself with 3 singles and a double and a score on Steele's 2nd homer of the day. OU took game 1 6-3, and game 2 Sunday didn't quite go as planned. The Frogs rallied to score 3 runs in the 4th and 7th to win 6-2.
We've made it about learning all year long. I mean, that's, there's winners and there's learners. And even from a win you can learn, and even from a loss you can learn.
Oklahoma shifts to 23-11 overall and 8-1 in the Big 12. The Sooners host Little Rock tomorrow at 6:30. Tevis, back to you.
Thanks, Lauren. Like the men, OU softball is on fire. The Sooners hosted Iowa State yesterday in a doubleheader, 8-1 and 9-5 going into today. Oklahoma finished up the series defeating the Cyclones 9-1 to advance its winning streak to 25, the longest active streak in the nation. Pitcher Paige Parker could not stop putting a hurt on the Cyclones. And Paige is a busy young woman. She'll spend time tonight with her catcher, Leah Woodak, and the Sooner Sports Pad team. The Sooner Sports Pad team will go one-on-one with star golfer Brad Dahlke, and of course, their favorite viral videos. If you missed tonight's show, catch the replay right here on OU TV tomorrow after our newscast. Jordan Spieth nearly had the greatest comeback in Masters history on Sunday. The Texas X fired a final round 64 but bogeyed the 18th hole to finish the weekend 13 under par. That left the door open for 3rd round leader Patrick Reed, who closed it out with a clutch par putt on the 72nd hole to edge Ricky Fowler by 1 shot. This is Reed's first Masters title and first major championship. Shohei Ohtani might be the next Babe Ruth. He has game at the mound and plate. Ohtani struck out 12 batters on Sunday after hitting 3 home runs in 3 games last week. The stats that he is generating haven't been seen in over 100 years. And I find it interesting that we are doubting these players. We doubted Patrick Reed and we doubted Shohei Ohtani, but they're showing up when it counts the most.
They're really coming and watching a lot of games.
Absolutely.
Seems to really be making a name for himself.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Well, thank you, Tess.
Thank you.
Still ahead on OU Nightly.
The big event kickoff week is in full swing as students prepare to serve across the metro area. Stay with us.
I'm Taitum Wilson at the OU Nightly Update Desk. The Oklahoma Corporation Commission is taking action following strong earthquake activity in Garfield County. A wastewater disposal well in the Covington and Douglas area is directed to reduce disposed volume into the Arbuckle Formation from 17,000 barrels a day to 5,000 barrels a day. An OCC media advisory says the situation is ongoing and further action is possible. That's it from the Update Desk. Back to you in the studio.
Today was the first day of the Big Event Kickoff Week. The Kickoff Week aims to get volunteers excited while also giving them big event swag to wear on Saturday. There's a lunch-making event on Friday, and volunteers can come and pick up their t-shirts all week. Organizers are excited for the largest single day of community service effort in Oklahoma to take place on the 14th.
Big event kind of allows them to channel their passions into the local community, which OU doesn't have a lot of outreach to, and it's just really cool to see them get to channel their passions into helping others.
For more information on the big event, check out the Big Event Facebook page.
Well, and thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College of the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.